Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and tonight we are live. DC Toontime and Larry Graves are here. We are back talking Grand Funk Railroad. Tonight we're looking at the 1969 On Time album. Let's find out if I like this. Let's do it.
Grant is changing the world one track at a time on Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Holy crap, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? It's my damn birthday. And look who's a damn professional here. I am going to do a show, whether it's my birthday or not. And you know what? It's nice to have two gentlemen that I actually think are really nice stand-up gentlemen. And we've done a lot of shows together. And it's really nice to have both of you here on my birthday.
Well,
I want to say thank you.
It's good to be here, Grant.
Happy 70th birthday, Grant.
Happy 70th.
And if it was only true, but it's not. I'm not Mazzy.
No.
I'm a little bit younger, quite a bit. Mazzy's like a relic, but no offense to Mazzy. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This is the 12th episode.
Can you believe it?
In our series of Grand Funk, where we're going through the entire catalog. Originally, we were just going to do Shining On. But now, look, we've milked it to 12 episodes.
We've gone through everything except for the Bosnia live album, their last live album, and the two 80s releases. But
We've got
every other album.
3 more episodes to go before we wrap this dog up.
Yes.
I want to welcome DC Toontime to the show and Larry Graves, the Canadian Studmuffin. So if you haven't checked out Larry's channel, please, the link is below, for goodness sakes. Please check out his channel, give him some love, please subscribe, give him some shit on his channel. He loves people giving him crap. Actually, he doesn't. We're in a crap-free zone here in the warehouse, so all my people are good. But anyway, I want to welcome everybody in the chat. Let's look and see who's... Oh, look at this.
We have
I feel so warm.
Many of our favorites here tonight.
LG, thank you for the birthday greet. Thank you, Michael. Hello. Yeah. Nice to see you. What is my birthday show tomorrow looking like? I don't know. Hard to say. I wasn't involved, so I can't make a...
Whatever you're planning.
Whatever you're planning, I wish you all the best. Nathan, nice to see you. Okay, who else? Let's look. Go. Sydney, nice to see you. Welcome, Sydney. Nice to see you again. Here we go. Ernesto.
Oh, look
DC, how can we do a
emojis.
Show with... Look at that.
Look at the... Ernesto, you've knocked yourself out this
Look how he expresses himself.
Look at that. That series of emojis is...
Sydney said, maybe this will be the turning point for Grant to get into Grand Funk. Hey, I got turned on to Grand Funk during Shining On and We're an American Band. We did that kind of a twofer.
Yeah, if you folks have been tuning in all along, this was a little experiment that just started out. Can I bring Grant around because... Well, Larry and I are big-time Grand Funk fans, but when we started out with me and Grant, he did not like Grand Funk at all, and I thought, how can I introduce him to this awesome band? And the nexus was Mr. Todd Rundgren, who produced 2 of their albums there with Shining On and before that American Band, and that lit a fire underneath Grant, and he has liked 3 or 4 of these albums quite a little bit as we've gone along, so...
Thank you, Sydney. I'm not 60 yet. It's okay. And of course, here's Larry trying to gloat. Well, I wasn't while I was in trance. I'm not really late. It's my show. How can I be late? Sydney says my wife's birthday as well today.
Well.
As well, of course, Alex Lifeson and I have a bond, and we both share the same birthday.
Bond. Yes.
Anyway, oh my God, there's so many things. I can't get to everybody. Thanks, Wizard. Well, we're going to talk about it here shortly once I get done just
making our general greetings.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, there's a lot of folks.
Oh my God.
Tuning in
well,
tonight.
There's not a lot of people tuning in yet, but something about that 69th.
What the?
What the hell, Sydney? All right, well, let's get started. So I appreciate everyone here. It's all good. We're keeping it loose as we do in the warehouse. Jason, nice to see everybody. Get more people on here because, come on. Well, the other night we had like 70 people on here. Oh, young Logan. I'll be 99 before I know it. Anyway, all right. I could look at the comments all day. Let's get started. So tonight we are looking at the first Grand Funk Railroad album. Thank you, Larry. 1969. This, wait a minute. Grant is so old he doesn't know what 69 means. Now, Sydney, just between us girls, and I know you're a male, I know what 69 means. So
I knew once that number came up, there was just going to be everybody riffing off it all evening. So
believe me, though I haven't had it in a long time, maybe, well, I probably can't really remember. I do know what it is.
Well, it's your birthday. You could make a request.
No, I'm not going to do that. Ruin the record? Come on. I'm not like that. I'm all about earning that Guinness World Record. Anyway, back to the show, because I could just go on a tangent. We're looking at the 1969 album On Time. Thank you, Larry. I'm sorry. I'm going to be distracted, but it's my birthday. So we're going to look at the record, and what we always do on this series is we're going to see, is this an album that I love? Or, because if you've watched the series, I love Shining On. We're an American band. I thought exactly what DC said. What Todd Rundgren brought to Grand Funk, he knew what to do with them. Because on all these records, what's his name? Help me.
Terry Knight.
Terry Knight. He produced these. Did he really produce them? Based on what I
don't
read.
think anybody produced this first album.
No, but there's one thing I want to mention. I've got the Past Master CD, the Japanese CD, which is flat mastered. All those past mastered original Japanese CDs sound great. The engineering and the sound on this CD sounds wonderful. It's like Grand Funk is right in your living room. Now
definitely.
Right? Don't you think?
Agreed. Yeah.
It's got that Beatles stereo too.
Like
drums on one side.
Drums on one side.
I love that. Some people don't like it.
I don't love it so much because I just listen with headphones, and so when that drum solo comes on, he's just in the one speaker.
It's a little annoying. I agree, Larry.
And it's annoying, right?
Pookie.
Pokey.
Is it you, DC, that has a story about that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to bring it up as we went along in the show, but I might as well state it now.
Why don't you start it before we go into it?
Well, I'll just say my introduction to Grand Funk Railroad was a neighbor who was in high school. I was still in grade school, believe it or not, when the live album, first one, came out. He says, "Oh, Daryl, you got to listen to this. Pop it on there." I loved it. Went right out the next time we went to Hill's department store.
Hills.
And purchased it. So my dad was a big time music guy. He's a guitarist and singer and everything. So we're in the kitchen. He's picking this album up, flips it over, and he's reading the song titles. He goes, "Hey, what's this song TNUC?" I had no idea what it was spelled backwards. I think it was trying to test me to see if I knew what the hell was going on with this. I said, "Well, I don't know what it means." So, that's, I think my dad was trying to figure out where I was at that point and if I got that reference.
But it's so subtle. But I'm just not going to say anything because we're a good Christian show here.
And one of the best lines on the whole album is, "If you don't lay there with your mouth shut tight." It's
Because I'm leaving tonight.
I'm leaving tonight. Yeah.
Mark Farner is a born-again Christian.
Yeah, if you go to see Mr. Mark Farner in 2024, chances are, if you want to hear TNUC, you're not going to hear it.
No.
But eventually we will be hitting those Mark Farner albums. So
Yes,
I'm not sure if we're doing it on Sea of Tranquility or doing it here, but I can guarantee you we will be looking at those Mark Farner albums. That has not been determined yet. So anyway, let's get started. So I'm going to throw it over to, I don't know who here was first.
Let's give our guest, Larry.
Let's give Larry a shot first. Larry, so glad you're here. Why don't you go through the record? Let us know what you like, what you don't like, your rating out of 10. And again, everybody here tonight, because we want to hear from you. We want, not yet, because I'm going to have to compile it. Let's wait to the end and I'll bring it up. I want to hear everybody's rating out of 10.
A serious rating.
A serious rating,
Yeah,
not a
Those
rating.
8.2s.
Yeah.
Right, nothing
you must
like
have
that.
you must have heard the album. Don't rate it if you've not listened to the album. Because we have some people jumping on here doing that.
I don't know where Ken or Gary are. I don't think they like Grand Funk. Oh, you know what it is. It's Tuesday. Is there a Sea of Tranquility show going on? Because, they won't give me support if Sea of Tranquility is going on. So,
It's just not right.
I feel like I'm second class. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do.
Don't, because we don't take a back seat to anyone here at the Warehaus.
Wait a minute. Sydney, wait. Not yet. Calm down. Let's get through it.
Oh,
Please.
did you get the joke? 6.9.
Oh, Sydney.
Where's my snare drum?
Where is it? Did the kids steal it?
They got it in the back room there. I can always bring it in if we need it.
So anyway, sorry, it's going to be very loose tonight, but we have 37 people here, so that's good. We're getting there. Facebook like BC Kaufman gave us a like. That's good. Anyway, let's get going. Let's talk about Larry. Go ahead and go through the record. I hear something What is that noise? Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Wait 1 second.
Oh, DC.
Oh, DC.
Do you hear it now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
What
then
is that?
I got a little space heater down here, and it's blowing on Dementia Cat because he gets cold. And I thought
All right,
that was
I'll
what
let you
might
do
have been
that.
heard.
Okay, let's get this moving.
Okay.
Look, thanks, Sydney. Is there a we'll see ya, you bastards.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts, Sydney.
That hurts me in my heart, in my
Grant's
soul.
birthday.
It's
no
my
less.
damn birthday.
Ah,
All right, so Larry, go ahead, give us your spiel. I won't interrupt. I'm loose tonight. I've already had a couple of adult beverages because it's my birthday. So, all right.
So this is their debut album, 1969. I never heard this, probably until I bought this on CD, maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. So, hearing like, Are You Ready? I was so used to the live version from the live album and Into the Sun especially. So it was different, right? And, but I enjoyed it. The main problem I have with this on the production is the drums are always on the one side.
It's the Beatles stereo.
Yeah, and I listen on headphones. And there's this drum solo, which is fine for a drum solo, but it's just the one headphone is dead. The drums are all over here. And the other thing, too, like Mel Shocker, he was only 17 when this album was recorded.
That doesn't sound right.
He was 17, right?
I don't know.
he's the youngest of the three, and I believe it was pretty young cat.
Yeah.
He and Mark Farner were schoolmates.
No.
So, God, I don't know how old Mark was here, but I know him and Mel were schoolmates. They knew each other.
Yeah. So the songs are great. It's a very long album. It's, I think, over 52 minutes long. So for vinyl, that's like over 25 minutes per side, which wasn't that normal back in the day. Mm-hmm. The one thing, too, is Mel's bass isn't as prominent on this album as it would be on the Red album, which... So
or
I kind
of the live album.
Oh,
Larry.
yeah, especially when you compare it to the live album.
Yeah. Jesus.
But I love every song. I think my favorites are, my least favorite is actually the very popular Time Machine. I do like it, but it's probably
Okay.
my least favorite. And Anybody's Answer, Time Machine is great. High on a Horse. One of my favorites is Can't Be Too Long. And I even love the final song with the row, row, row your boat. I know it kind of bugs some people, but I think it's kind of cool.
All these years can never figure out how the hell did they come up with that little segue in the middle of that song? It's so out of place, but odd can be good at times.
Yeah.
And it's odd.
It's odd.
And
you row your boat, you row your boat.
Yeah, I think the songs are great. It's not their best album, but I would give it can I give a rating?
Yes, that's why we're here. Yeah, please.
I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Wow, that's pretty high.
And it would be higher if the production was better.
All right. Well, Sydney gives all Grand Funk albums a 9 to 10.
All right, Sydney.
All right, but hold on. When I ask for everybody, please be patient, because I do want to know so we can tally this all together before I give my,
Yeah, for the rest of the show, please
review.
leave your index finger hovering over the number, and then we'll let you know when we want you to press it and send it.
See, look, Jay, got to go Prog Seat. Prog Seat's not on tonight. That's on the weekend. Jace, calm down. Prog Seat's not on.
And what about this album cover? It's a little odd, isn't it?
It's a little hokey. I think they're playing off of the whole railroad theme and time as a musical signature kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, they got little model trains in their hands, and Mark's got cigars for some reason.
It's a weird cover.
I forgot about it, and I thought he was holding sticks of dynamite.
Well, let me throw this out to everybody in the chat. If you saw that album cover, let's say you're going through the bins. If you saw that album cover, does that say "Buy Me"? Seriously, it's a valid question.
It does more than "All the Girls in the World Beware."
You have a point, Larry. That's a very valid point.
Do I, Sydney? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. They are on my. I've got a YouTube channel that I don't use. It's just my name, and there are recordings from 1987 on there.
Oh man.
Immediate. Logan says immediate buy. Mike says yes, we buy it.
All
right, good. I played all right, Sydney. We're talking Grand Funk, not about me.
This isn't about Grant.
Even though it is his birthday, we don't want to turn this into a Grant show.
All right, so in '87, I was out playing bars.
Oh my God, no comment from me.
I was at Ohio State then.
Born in '87.
Anyway, let's keep it back on track, Sydney. I will post. Okay, this is what I'll do for you. Webb, where have you been? I've been waiting for you to start this show, and all of a sudden you're here.
And waiting.
Larry's a busy man.
We had to start, Webb. We just couldn't wait any longer.
Wow, could this get any looser? All right, so let's get back on track. I've had a couple of adult beverages, so I'm all right. All right, so it's my birthday. Wish me a happy birthday. Webb, you're fine. I couldn't do this show without you. Webb, are you a subscriber to the Canadian Studmuffin channel? Are you? Please do.
I'm sure he is.
87, I was drinking it. Well, I could drink at 18 because they hadn't changed the law yet. Oh my God. Sydney found my Tall Water reunion playing in my backyard. Oh, you are. Oh my God. You went to my channel and saw that. All right. Yeah. Tall Water. Yeah. 1987, 88. Thanks, Jay. Wow. This is going to be a one loose show because it's my birthday. I appreciate everybody here. All right. So, all right. We've got one. Okay. Jesus. Thanks, Bruce. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I couldn't do this channel without you. The Grant Show brought to you by Angel and Queen.
Means Angle.
Angle?
Probably Angel.
Angel, yeah.
Oh, I mentioned it. Okay, cool. All right. This show is a crack. Logan, calm down. God. I'm going to take your wrench.
Wait till he gets a hold of you on Friday night, Logan.
This is just a one-off. It's my birthday.
We're here to talk about 69.
Yeah. And our next guest, Dr. Ruth Westheimer, will have some helpful hints for all of you with 69.
Punky whips. Oh my God, you guys are so bad. Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate it. Logan, I'm not happy with that. There's no cracks. 16. Let Larry talk.
Yeah.
Well, Larry was Webb. Larry's done. Are you done, Larry?
I'm done.
I let him talk. Calm down,
got here late, Webb. You missed
God, wait, Webb, calm the hell down. All right,
you missed the best part of the show.
You missed the Larry segment. Now you got to put up with my crap.
All right, so now we're going to send it over to DC. DC, what? All right. Give me your thoughts on this record.
Larry and I are contemporaries, so along with Larry, this was not my introduction.
Aren't you older than Larry?
I am. I think I'm a year older than Larry. A year or two. Yeah, but let's not get into that right now.
All right, go ahead.
My history with Grand Funk is
having
the first live album was my introduction into this band, and like I said, that was from an older neighborhood guy, and he knew I played guitar, and he says, "You got to listen to this band," and I was sold right from the get-go. And then after that, I bought Closer to Home, which came out, and I noticed because a rather early developing young lady in my 7th grade class was carrying a chest-sized Grand Funk Railroad Closer to Home, and I automatically noticed, hey, they got a new album out. Well, I got that, the red one, and then another friend of mine's older brother gave me this debut. He was in a band, had to learn a couple Grand Funk Railroad songs, wasn't going to keep the album, gave it to me. So I'm looking at the song listing, and I noticed quite a few of those songs were on the live album that I loved. Mm-hmm. And at first, when I heard the studio versions of those songs, Are You Ready?, the aforementioned TNUC, Into the Sun, and Heartbreaker, those live performances they sizzled. And initially hearing that, they just sound flat in the studio. And over time, I've come to appreciate the studio versions more. But they still pale in comparison to those first live album versions. I could give you a little synopsis of the tracks if you want. It opens with Are You Ready? And just like their early concerts, perfect opener for a concert or for an album, and to introduce everybody to what Grand Funk was all about. The musical synergy is right there from the get-go between the three of them. And you also have the interplay between Mark and Dawn on lead and background vocals. And it's high energy, which is the hallmark of the Grand Funk Railroad experience. Anybody's Answer. And it starts off with that little guitar noodling and cymbal ticks before it goes into that minor chord rave up. Heavy fuzz tone guitar. A crescendo of vocals to round things out. Let's see. What do I got here? Third, Time Machine. I'm with Larry. I do not dislike this song, but as Martin Popoff would say, it's a boogie number.
It's a boogie
number.
It's a boogie number.
It was their first single, and I don't know. It just seems very. There's a shit ton of songs similar to that, but it's still very well done. It's not one of my favorites here, but. Next we got High on a Horse, and Mark and Dawn trade vocals, and it's the first time we hear keyboards added to a Grand Funk song from Mark, which would be more of a hallmark of theirs once they bring Craig Frost on board. You got a searing lead guitar part here by Mark. Love it. TNUC, the infamous TNUC, and I told you the story about my dad and me with the live album. Even when I got this album, I still didn't know what TNUC mean. It didn't click on until I don't know how much later. Sad as that is. How about that Mel bass on this?
Yeah.
Which was played in the opening that Grant put in the little opening bit for the show. That bass line is killer.
But it doesn't compare to the live version.
Oh, God.
And Grant doesn't like all the mud and fuzz and everything on that bass, but that is a killer bass. And then, as Larry mentioned, we get a drum solo, which was pretty much expected back in that era. To 2024 ears, I could do without the drum solos, unless a little earlier if you went to a Rush show and got to see Neil Peart do a drum solo along with hearing it. That was a showcase right there. But let's see, Into the Sun. That's an interesting tune. It's kind of a shuffle that swings, and it keeps on building until the song really kicks in. And it's another winner, and all three performers shine. Heartbreaker, slowish ballad. Mark sings his ass off. I love Mark and Don's harmony vocals on the chorus. And the song builds and builds, and by the end, it just kicks into overdrive. Call Yourself a Man, riffy and funky, just how we like it. Interesting main riff. Can't be too long. This song is a precursor to my ears, to The Railroad on the American Band album. It's about a working man toiling away. And also the protagonist, he also killed a man in the springtime. And he has to make money, work hard making money to buy his baby the things that she needs. And he also killed a man of another creed. All this is in the lyrics, and to me, they're a little bit cornball. This is my least favorite song on the album. Ups and Downs. There's a badass funky riff to start things off. It's very soulful. And like I mentioned before, what the hell is that row, row, row your boat sing-along in the middle of this thing? It's so out of place and odd. If I ever got a chance to talk to Mark, I would ask him what that's all about. I don't get that at all. Anyway, that song also has about 3 or 4 time signature changes, so it's odd on a couple of different fronts. For my rating, this represents everything that Grand Funk was initially all about. These three musicians coming together, the synergy that the three of them had as players. I'm going to give this a 9.5.
Whoa.
Just a half step below all my favorites.
I didn't see that coming.
Just a half step below, because it's got all the hallmarks of what initially made me love Grand Funk Railroad. They had a singular mission. Everything is done with precision, but with feel and soul, synergy, like I say, and energy. And it's just sad that their personal differences can't be rectified, because I would love for these three guys to get together and play at least one more time.
Look at Oasis, right?
Well,
they're coming back together.
Yeah. And, if the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame wasn't such a shit show, these guys would already be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we might have got that reunion. Don't hold your...
DC, you high on the horse?
I know Grant's adult beverage fumes are kind of like filtering over to me, and I'm just like...
Didn't riffing. DC give the Peter Criss solo album a 9.5? Did you?
I did not.
DC.
In fact, the only one of those Kiss albums I like of the solo ones, those Paul's, and Ace has got a few good songs on there, but the other two.
All right, if the production would have been bombastic, it would have been. Okay. I blame the born again Christian guy. Paid off the judge. Everyone in the chat's out of control.
See, it's a contagious thing.
Okay. Paul's is the best. Paul's who?
Paul Stanley. Best solo album. I agree.
No. Well, no. Well,
Wish Upon
Paul's
a
is,
Star
I
by
think it
Gene.
goes Ace, Paul, Gene, and Peter. I don't think Peter's is bad. It's just different. But it's not what Kiss fans want, but that's what
Expected. Yeah, he's coming from a whole different arena.
Peter Criss has the voice, not
Yeah,
Paul Stanley.
like Black
They both
Diamond.
do. Yeah, I like Peter Chris's voice.
Wait a minute, Webb.
8.666.
Wait a minute.
What?
Everybody just hold off a second. Hold on. I'm going to compile everybody here after I give my spiel. It's my birthday.
Yeah. Is that some sort of satanic reference there, Webb, with the 666?
All right. So this is how I look at On Time, 1969. Thank you, DC, for the 9.5. We've got an 8.5 from Larry, a 9.5 from DC. Okay. The way I look at this record, one thing that I like about it is the production is very clean. It's like if you get a good pressing of it, like I've already mentioned, the Past Master CD from Japan, which was the first CD reissue of the record.
Yeah, my CD is very clean too.
Yeah. Well, the Past Master, okay, if anybody knows about the Beach Boys catalog, if anybody knows about the Japanese Past Masters CDs, a lot of those came from the master tapes. Go on Steve Hoffman's site, you'll... Happy birthday, you contrarian. Now, you go on Wizard. You guys stop? I'm not ready yet.
We're not ready for the math portion of
I
our
can't
show.
do math today. So now, stop, everybody. Hold off for a second. So, if anybody's been on the Steve Hoffman site and they talk about what things sound good and what sounds bad, the Past Master CDs that came out in Japan on Capitol sound great. The Beach Boys stuff, flat mastered. The Grand Funk stuff, flat mastered. A lot of those sound great. Now, I've got the Past Masters version of this record. Absolutely stunning. You've got tape hiss. It just sounds alive. It's warm. It sounds like Grand Funk is playing it in the room. Now, I will give Terry some props because a lot of his productions have that kind of sound. It was well recorded. Now, you can go, on the other hand, say, well, the Todd Rundgren stuff is better, but I don't know if it's as good as... well, no, it's better, but the recording's different. Todd's not much of an engineer. Let's be honest. There's a certain tone. Here we go. Right. It's very clean. It's like Grand Funk is playing here with you. Now, the mix, Larry brought this up, and we talked about it. It's very Beatlesque. Drums on one side, the band on the other side. Okay. Not really a good headphone album. But if you're playing it through speakers, it sounds good. Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing about this record, now this is not good or bad, but when I listen to it, there is a freshness to it. Now, we're talking 1969. We've already went through Sgt. Pepper. We've had Pet Sounds. We've had a lot of records that have pushed the creative envelope, so to speak. We got Pepper. We got Magical Mystery Tour. We've got the White Album. That's 68, 69. We've got Let It Be. We've got, Abbey Road. Grand Funk seems like they're much more in that whole blues rock, that whole, what do I want to say?
Green.
It's very raw. It's very animalistic. I'm going to use that. I kind of like that. There's a lot of energy here. These guys were hungry. I think this is all part of the early Grand Funk sound. Now, whether you like it or not, that's up to you. This is not a polished record. This is a snapshot of when they started. This shows their influences, their groundwork. Later, they refined themselves. As they kept going through the catalog, they refined themselves. You might look at this like, I don't want to compare them to the Beatles, but look at the Beatles' Please Please Me, which I think the Beatles are the most, that's number one in my book. But that's very raw. That is the Beatles running wide open. They're still hungry at this point. I think a lot of this shows within this first Grand Funk album.
It's their essence.
It's
Just
their
like
essence.
the Beatles, it's the essence of these musicians.
100%.
Together.
Thank you, Webb, for very garagey. Okay, good. Now the other, it is better than JoJo Gun. Logan, where's his wrench? I'm gonna take his wrench. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is very raw. I can appreciate the energy, the passion in the playing. Now, is the songwriting as good as what's going to come? No, because I think they reached the pinnacle, because Todd Rundgren knew exactly what to do. By the time they got The Shining On and We're American Band, I'll throw it out to you gentlemen. Do you think that the songwriting improved? Do you think that Todd knew what to do with them? I mean, I can't remember. First of all, Larry wasn't on that show. Do you think that Grand Funk improved as far as songwriting, playing, production? I'm going to throw it to Larry. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. I don't really care for Todd Rundgren's production. I don't know. I prefer Terry Knight's.
But do you think that they improved as songwriters? How do you feel about that as they went through their career?
They weren't rocking as much, and that's why I love the earlier years of Grand Funk.
Jeff, I'm joking, but I might take your wrench because that's kind of snarky. I won't. Wait a minute. Grand Funk without Farner is not Grand Funk. Well,
agreed.
So is Styx without Dennis DeYoung not Styx? Throwing it out to you there.
Well,
let me know.
I think there are kind of more two factions in Styx. And pretty much, even though Don started to write a little bit, 90% of that Grand Funk material is all Mark Farner.
It's his songs that they're singing.
Okay, Mark's a better songwriter, but Don Brewer, as his, I'm a big fan of. Okay, not Styx. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. All the songs on this debut are all Mark solo songwriting credits.
Yeah, we get very little of Don. He's just doing backgrounds. It's fine. That's fine. Oh, God. Tall water without Grant isn't tall water.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
Well, that's a funny story, Sydney, because most of those people in that band are dead. That's another story. Yeah, it's true. Oof. Anyway, who cares about... I care about Styx.
Watch it, Mr. The Absolute 69. Oh, there's that 69 again.
Hack. Welcome to the show, Hack. How was Bruce Kulick with Grand Funk? Let me know. Put it in the comments.
I've seen Grand Funk with Bruce Kulick, and Bruce Kulick's a very fine guitarist, but it wasn't Grand Funk as fronted by Mark Farner. Max Carl, like I said in a previous show, looks like you took the 5'5" Mark Farner and stretched him to 6'2" or 3. But he looks a little bit like Mark. Not the same energy at all. Okay. No.
Well, no. Webb, I'm with you. I like Don Brewer's voice too. I think when Todd had the brilliant idea to let Don sing more, it changed the band. Because he was underutilized. With a powerful voice like Don Brewer, and you're not using him to his full potential.
I'm more of a Mark fan, but they're very close. But yeah, Todd was right to utilize Don more because they're playing off each other on those songs when they trade vocals. Give Don a couple lead vocals, and you could still do the same thing.
All right. I saw Mark Farner about 20 years ago and the new Grand Funk Railroad about 10 years ago. Both were very good. Well, I told this story before. 1984, Tall Water, the band that everybody's talking about. opened for, I've told about this. I'm going to bring it up again because it's my birthday. I can do what I want.
Relive some of those
We keep
glories.
losing more viewers, but I don't care. 1984, we opened for, okay, dig this lineup, everybody, if you haven't heard. It was Tall Water, which I was in, and then Willie Phoenix, who had an album on A&M, and DC's going, yep, I know who that is. And then the band Rosie. Now, if you don't know Rosie was the band Mark Chatfield out of the Gods started. So there was Mark Chatfield. Then after that was Mark Farner. This was 84. Mark Farner played shirtless. Of course he did. And then it was Donnie Iris and the Cruisers. Now, I was Web, it's not that. No, not that version. No. Okay. Hack doesn't have a wrench?
What?
Hack. What the freaking shit? Hold on. Hack, let me give you a wrench. I can't believe Hack hasn't been here before. I'm going to hold that against him. Anyway, did you meet... I didn't meet Farner, but he walked in front of me. Chatfield, I can't remember. But anyway, everybody was great. Anyway, the story was that we opened up for him. But Mark Farner was pretty darn good on his own. So I'll give him that.
I've seen Farner solo as well, and I prefer that over the faux Grand Funk.
Okay, Ashley, wait. I'm not going to ask. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. So anyway. Sydney, you're like on fire tonight. Okay, so anyway. Oh, this show's like a train wreck. Let me go back to my thoughts. We should never have done this show live. Okay.
Oh, we're fine.
I know, but it's a bit loose. Larry's going, what the hell have I done?
What have I done?
So let's get back to this so we can get back on track. So On Time. It's raw, heavy rock. There's nothing new here. If you think about this era, of course, the Beatles' White Album, they went very basic. This is more like Iron Butterfly on speed. And I saw that quote somewhere, and it's 100% correct. But the songs, I think they're very simple. But there's something about this record that's very charming because it's the first record. I don't have to go into all the tracks because DC did a wonderful job. But I would go, this is where it started. This is no Shining On. This is no We're an American Band, which I think was their pinnacle. I would be happy to give this a 7. It's a pleasant listen. It didn't change. It didn't set the world on fire. They're not pushing any, they're not pushing the envelope. They're not, considering it's 1969, it sounds like 1969.
Oh, now, it's of its time for sure.
Well, think about it. I'm throwing it out to Hack. Hack, you know this record. The fuzz box that Mark Farner's using says 1969. Sounds like a fuzz face or a big muff, which is nothing wrong with the big muff, but it does date it, I think. We're
on the 69 kit.
Yeah, I think it dates it to some degree. Now, is that good or bad? I'm not going to say. But I think I would be happy to give this a 7 because I totally gave Shining On and We're American Band a 10 because I think those are great. And
it's just interesting, and I think something else that comes into the mix
Ken,
is that...
why are you... It's my birthday. Why are you having a personal relationship with Hack? It's all about me. I agree, Grant. That was going my rating as well. All right, perfect. So, God, I'm never going to drink and do a show again. Anyway, so, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, but Hack, you're 100%. It works on the 60s stuff, and this is a 60s album. But I think with Grand Funk, the way you listen to the like Closer to Home, and you listen to those early albums, it still carries over the 60s. I think it took Grand Funk a long time to mature enough to get to the 70s. Look at that. They're talking business out. This is the Warehaus. Come on.
I agree, though, that the maturity level as far as songwriting goes, you can see as they're moving along album to album that they're getting, I don't even want to say sophisticated, but the craft of the songwriting and everything, it continues to improve. So this is just Grand Funk at their most raw, early beginnings, but everything that I loved about this band was there with those three guys.
Logan, I haven't seen a Big Muff in years.
In fact, you want to steer yourself away from that.
Ken, where's Ken's wrench? I love Ken, but I'm not so sure.
I like what Maureen said. She said, I think women liked Farner back then. And
because he had no shirt on.
The girls in my high school loved Mark Farner.
All right, let's get to our ratings. So we've got Mr. The Absolute 69, which 69 seems to be a theme here. We've got a 7.5. Let's take that into consideration. Anybody else? Now I'm opening it up to your Michael Holycross, 7.5. All right. Michael, I got it.
7.5 for Nathan.
Nathan, 7.5. All right, good. Outside of the Doom Fuzz doesn't work for me anymore. Okay.
An 8 from Bruce.
Wait a minute. Oh, Bruce, 8. All right, hold on. Wait, whoa, I'll get to everybody. Pookie, oh my goodness. No, wait a minute. Pookie, an 8. Jason, a 6.5. All right, wait a minute.
Dan gave it 6.5.
Jay gave it a C+. All right. You know what, Jay? If you can give me a numeric value, that might help. Dan, a happy 6. Oh, my goodness. All right. Alval57, an 8. Okay. Okay, 8. Come on. All right, there it is. Webb. Well, look at Webb with the 8.75. Okay, good. 8.75.
At 8.75 is very edgy, Webb. Very edgy.
Jeff gives it a 7. Oh, come on. I got to make sure I'm on the right screen because it doesn't plug in the number. Brian gives it a 7. God, you guys are all over it tonight. Okay. 7. LG Bass is an 8. Okay. What's next, DC?
Jock Odd is 9.5 with 9.5. Finally, another one seeing the light like I do. Then I'll relay these to you.
Ken, I'm just giving you crap. You know I love you. Hack gives it a 7.
Hack 7. We have Ernesto chiming in with an 8.
All right.
With a check mark. Logan.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Young
Code
Logan, a 9.
With a 9. And the lovely Maureen with 8.
Now, are you talking about Michael with, wait a minute, Maureen. Are you talking about with a shirt on or with a shirt on?
She's not rating Mark.
All right. Well, Maureen, I appreciate you're here. Sydney, 100 out of 10. A 10.
Averages to 10.
We've not had a 10 yet.
No. All
right, Memphis Lonnie gives it an 8. Okay.
The Dark Wizard comes in with a 7.5.
Well, Wizard, I'm taking it in now. I appreciate it.
Our Kid 67, not 69, 7.0.
7.0, okay.
Oh, Ron Beal.
Ron Beal,
going
number
vaudeville
8.
with us. An 8. A bouncy 8.
Free Money says Tall Waters is 6.8. Okay. Free Money, did you see the video where I'm wearing my monkey shirt? I am, because I saw him on that tour
Attaboy.
On the first reunion tour. Yeah.
Maureen chimes in with a vote for the shirtless Mark Farner.
No shirt at a 10. Stephen David.
7.
Okay.
Ken White, from the Great Lakes area with a solid 8.5.
Yeah, I'm just giving you guys crap if I'm giving you crap. I love everybody.
I think we've got all our numerical contributions.
All right, let's tally it up because
I should have brought
was
the drum
better.
kit.
It's 69 with wait, Sydney.
Oh my
71
goodness,
is better than 69.
Two figures up. Oh my.
Are you talking to Showstopper, Sydney? We're a good Christian channel here.
I could get behind that.
How about that brown? No, last night, Logan. Can you believe that
Beaver band?
Remember the
Beaver Brown band.
John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown band was
band.
brought up last night. That's freaking crazy.
On the dark
Tally
side.
All right. So I'm not going to go read through numbers. I've got everybody's calculations. Let's calculate it and let's see what we got. Oh my God. All right. So out of calculating everybody's score, we come up with a 7.9.
7.9. Oh,
That's pretty good.
precariously
That's
close to
pretty
8.
good.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed by everybody's calculations. So everybody likes this record. You cannot. Wow. Fair. That's a fair rating.
Yeah.
That's
We're
pretty
coming
darn
into
good.
the home stretch. I started putting all my albums into what I rated them. My 10s for Grand Funk are E Pluribus, the first live album where an American band.
I used
shining
your
on.
10, Sydney. I used your 10. The Hunt.
We knew it was going to show up. The Hunt.
Wait a minute. A 7.9 is a C plus? Is it? That's an 8.0. That's a B.
That's a B. But it's been a long time since I've been in school, so maybe things have changed.
I don't know. Well, think about the way we are now.
Really good for a debut.
A 7.9 is an A. Wait, I'm going to go with an 8. Hold
Me and
on.
Bolt will bring it up to the 8 plateau.
All right, I've got it. Hold on, I'll recalculate. DC is a 10. 7.9 is a C plus. Just curious if it averages to 10 if you make mine 100.
If you add in
I
B and
can't
bolts,
make it. All right,
I think
added.
that would push us to 8, which would be the B.
No, we're now at 7.918.
Oh my!
Why is B and Bolt always late?
I don't know. I think he's here, but he just doesn't want to give us the satisfaction of knowing that.
You know, you're going to drive, if you keep mentioning the Hunt, you're going to drive a lot of people incredibly insane. Schnee can't stand it anymore. Me, I love the Hunt. That's a 10 out of 10 album. The wife has me doing chores.
Oh.
Like what?
Doing chores. Gotcha. Doing chores.
Well, he's retired. She works. You know who's got hand. I'd give Sesame Street Fever a 7. All right, cool. Well, I think we did it. 5:53. This has been the most loose discussion I've ever conducted here in the warehouse. Hopefully someday we'll get it back together. We did get a lot of people like, Carol's watching, Ken McMillan. Oh my God, this is so loose. I've got hand and I have to use it.
Attaboy.
Wow. The Hunt rhymes with something else we talked
TNUC.
about.
There you go. It all comes around.
You guys are all X-rated.
It's a very,
I don't
very, very
recognize any
saucy
hits.
episode tonight.
There are
folks.
no hits off this.
Very saucy.
I will. Hopefully I don't die in my sleep.
Oh no.
Watch Grant with Pete a lot, so I've liked and sub. Memphis Lonnie, thank you for subscribing.
There you go.
I like you. Anybody that hasn't subscribed and you're subscribing, please do. Schnee legit hates the Hunt, or he's envious of them. Dan, he's never heard it. He's very sensitive about bands he's never heard. Thank you for the nice bird. Oh, well, I need to give you a wrench. If you haven't got a wrench and you're new here, tell me, because I use that to keep track of people that haven't been on the show before. And
You need a wrench if you're going to be in the warehouse, because we got a couple of surly characters back there, and you'll need that wrench.
Yeah, thank you. It is loose, but it is my birthday, so come on.
I just noticed I'm the only one not wearing a hat. Just a second.
Attaboy, there you go.
You look like a member of the Beastie Boys.
Cool.
Wouldn't this be a good rap trio?
Webb saying, my wife is listening to Tall Water on YouTube now.
There you go.
Well, why don't we play some Tall Water while we're here?
I would love
to
hear
geez,
some
look at the
Tall Water.
time.
No, I'm going to bring it up.
Go.
No, I'm going to try to bring it up and play it since we're talking about it. Oh my God, this will be good. Because I know Rachel does that all the time. Why don't we play some Tall Water? Come on, it'll be fun. It's my birthday.
Ease us on out of tonight's show with a little Tall Water, won't you?
Let me look. Okay, here we go. Because we're talking. Okay, here it is. Now, okay, this. Let me get it queued up. Can I play this from here?
Featuring a shirtless Grant Arthur.
No, I'm back in the corner. Hold on, let's have a bit of fun, everybody. Let's play it. I'm trying to remember how I'm going to do it. Video. Can I play? How does Rachel do it? Share screen. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. Oh my God. I know we're on a tangent. Please, we're going to play some Tall Water. Now, this is this is Bell Fountain, Ohio at the 151 Club, 1987-88. You'll see me in the background. Now, I want to preface this by saying that the band, the only people that are alive, and I'm not trying to bring anyone down at all, is the drummer and myself. So let's play it. I'm going to share it. Let's analyze this for a minute. All right. Tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear it?
We can see it, but we can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
There we go.
Well, how am I going to... Okay, I can hear it. Here we go. I'm right there with the Rickenbacker bass. Yeah. It's not a titty bar. There, you see me back? Wait a minute.
Yeah, let's
you
get
can barely see me.
What was in that bass line?
Yeah, it sounds like Mel Shaker.
It sounds like Mel. I was insignificant.
Yeah, that's not right. We wanted
Yeah, it's a Rickenbacker bass. There I am, facing the bass player. What about that camera work?
Oh, awesome. Very edgy.
We got a 9.5. Oh, we've lost a lot of people. This has turned a lot of people away. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
That
That was
awesome.
actually pretty good. It
That
was.
was awesome.
Do you want one more?
No,
Or are we done?
we're done.
We're done.
How much
Okay.
all the still water you want to
that was
play?
pretty good.
That was very good.
And very good bass playing there, Grant.
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah.
Appreciate it. I could still do it if I had to.
Attaboy.
Yeah, you should have. Dan, there were groupies galore. You had
Yeah.
no idea.
Oh, yeah. Either play in a band or learn to hit the curveball. Don't draw cartoons if you want ladies.
Well, don't. Well, see, we're talking 87, 88. I was like 22. Yeah. Thanks, my wife. She spearheaded the video. That bass. Well, I probably should have played the other song. I'm a little bit. There's better shots of me in the.
Yeah, we want more Grant, man. You were all covered up by the
Well,
lead singer.
it's fun. It's
What
my
the-
birthday. Let's share a little bit.
Exactly.
So anyway, so I think we can certify this record. I don't have a problem with the 7.9.18. Do you?
It's good. That's good. I can live with that.
So he looks like the singer for The Call. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, LG, it's all fun. It's my birthday. It's fun. So next month, what should we tackle? Should we do that live record, or should we do one of those 80s CDs?
Well, I mean, I vote for those two 80s CDs to just be taken as one show. 'Cause I
Larry,
don't
what do
wanna
you think?
get too
Yeah, sure.
In the weeds. Negative.
Now and then they throw panties, they take 7 minutes to land. I do have a funny, well, this was in Bellefontaine, Ohio, and it was a motorcycle bar. Now you can't tell from the video, but when we would play, there were like lines of Harleys out front. And it'd get pretty wild. There were fights in there where there's this one older lady would take her beer bottles and throw it across the room. Wow. And they would smash on the wall. People would get into fights.
Oh,
There
rough
would be-
crowd.
There would be like vandalism out in the parking lot because these people would get really crazy. God,
Oh
that's
my.
crazy. Jay gives it
Still
a
with the
C+.
C plus. We'll use some
Encore.
algebraic equation to figure
Great
out
tall water.
transposing the letter to numbers.
Well, you can go on my YouTube. The other video's up there. There's more to it. I never posted the whole thing. I just put 2 things up there because that's all I've got. Who is the next band after Grand Funk is done?
We haven't really thought about
We
that.
haven't thought about it yet.
It may just come to an end.
Anyway, so next month, do you want to do that live album or do you want to do the 280s albums together?
Why don't we do the two 80s albums? Because I'd like to end this series on a high note, and it's not going to end on a high note with those two 80s albums.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
All right, perfect. So we've went an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah, I know. This isn't the normal episode, but whatever.
Folks,
Makes
tune
me
into
think
the
of the bar
Warehouse.
and the Blues Brothers. It was like
Oh my
that. Dance's
God.
Tall Water was great.
Yeah, awesome. I wish I had some recordings from my band days. I just have a few photos.
The thing with Tall Water is that I played with these guys, but I was a good 10 years younger than they were.
That made things interesting for you, didn't it?
Well, I worked at a guitar store. I knew everybody, so it was easy for me to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, all right. So next month, I will. Hopefully, I don't die in my sleep. All right. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in. We gave this a 7.9. We kept it loose. Now, I will remind everybody tomorrow we're not doing a live show on the Contrarians. I will have a show in its place at 7, but we will start up the live shows a week from Wednesday. So we'll start that back up. But the other thing is, if you like this looseness, we are going to do a Friday night chat on Friday at 7 p.m. We'll go however long we go, but there'll be a link available. I'll start it off. Anybody who wants just to come on and chat, come on. We'll keep it loose. And I haven't done one of these in a year. And I want to thank young Logan who thought, Grant, why don't you do that again? Well, the reason I don't do them is because the listening parties on Sunday took over. So I'm going to plan on doing the Friday night chats once a month. So I'm bringing it back. So if you want to hang out on Friday, come by. We'll be there. So next month we will do the 2 Grand Funk albums from the 80s. And yeah, you're right. I like doing live shows. We're just going to be a lot of live shows this week. But anyway, I want to thank
Thursday.
What's Thursday?
Barry Goudreau.
Oh yeah, we'll be live on Thursday doing Barry Goudreau in our One and Done series. Thank you, DC. So we'll be back live on Thursday. Tomorrow, no live, but you know there'll be a new Contrarian show once I edit it. Anyway, I want to thank the panel. DC Toontime and Larry Graves. They'll be back next month. Next month's show will be a lot more together than this show. But it's fun. It's my birthday.
So tune in. You never know, folks.
No, it won't be quite as loose. But I don't care. It's my show.
Yeah,
it's all fun. Good.
All
right, everybody. Grant getting older chicks. 2 drink minimum. I had 3. Good night. Thanks, Hack, for coming by. I'll be in contact, Hack. I needed you on the show, so I still haven't contacted you, but I'm gonna get you in the warehouse so we can talk some stuff. Logan, Grant, keep that dog clean, and the American and the Canadian Studmuffin, keep it classy. Hey, it was fun. I appreciate everybody here. We'll see you on the next one. And I am gonna keep it clean, and let's shut this dog down. We'll see everybody.